Good morning, coffee clinks to you all. Just getting up this morning. It's very early. The animals don't know I'm awake yet. They have no idea. Hold on a minute. The animals there. Oh gosh, that's worse. That's worse. It was a long night, and the animals, they don't know we're awake yet. We're gonna walk out and see what's going on with everybody. Check on our fire, our cremation fire. We're not gonna talk about that though. I said in my other video, that's gonna be something Jamie can talk about. But we're gonna walk out and check it. Y'all just come with me. Just I'm trying to. Oh, sheesh. Oh my Lord. Hot day, humid day, and a lady sent an email and says, Lester, if you truly, as much as you say you know your analytics, then you would know that the worst thing you could do for your page would be to cremate that poor horse. Why desecrate her body after all she's been through? And I didn't reply to her. I don't reply to stuff like that because there's no way you can argue with people, friends. There's no way you can argue and ever win with anybody. Haven't you learned that yet? But I told Jamie, I says, you know what? This reminds me of what I read one time. People want to, how does it go? The Titanic is sinking. Why the hell are you going to sit there and continue to play your fiddle or flute, whatever you're playing? Why would you continue to string the instruments if you're in fact on a sinking ship? Why sit there and straighten up all the lawn furniture, all of the deck chairs? If you're on a sinking ship, jump and swim away. And if you don't, I swear to God, y'all, I swear to Jesus. I don't mean to swear to God. I swear to Jesus. That's probably just as bad, ain't it? It's probably just as bad to swear to Jesus as swear to God. But I promise you, does that mean that all of your friends who pass, if they choose to be cremated, you will not attend their services? They are no longer a part of your friends and family. They're no longer in your circle, and they shall not be remembered because they chose to desecrate themselves. It's a cremation. It's a cremation. And it's being handled with class and tact and dignity. And there ain't no one making Jamie sit here and feed the fire. Jamie's not having to feed the fire. I'm feeding the fire. And I know what I'm doing. I've done plenty of cremations in my days. A lot more than I like to talk about, okay? But no, she's like, she goes, you don't know, for as much as you know numbers, you don't even know who your fans are, because how dare you desecrate that poor horse after all she's been through, and then make Jamie sit there and watch her burn for 3 days. This was Jamie's idea as much as it was mine. But do you really care? You've already made up your mind. You've already made up your mind. So no, lady, ain't no one asking you to play the fiddle while this ship sinks. Fiddle. Ain't no one asking you to play the fiddle while this I'm a Survivor Longhorn Lester ships go down. Ain't no one asking you to do that. You go ahead and jump, lady. Grab your life jacket and jump and swim over somewhere else. There's a lot of people who love, there's a lot of creators who love folks like you. They thrive on folks like you. They feast on folks like you. And then y'all are going to say, Lester, don't even pay her no mind. Don't even pay her any attention. Guys, easier said than done. Easier said than done. Lester, you just let her win. No, I didn't. What I told her was, get the F off. Get the F out of here. That's what I told her, y'all. That's what I just told her. That's what I think I told her. But anyway, things are going fine here. Things are going fine here. We're on day number 2. We started this yesterday. I kept the fires going all night. We have plenty of combustible materials, and I know this is a 3-day process. I know that. I have plenty of hay. I have plenty of hot burning materials, and we're keeping all the animals off and away until everything's taken care of, and the fires will stay burning. Y'all, the fires will stay burning until this is done. So cut us some slack. And don't y'all just... Have y'all ever noticed? I'm going to say one last thing, then I'm going to leave you alone. I'll say one last thing as I sit here and play my fiddle. Have y'all ever noticed that this is me playing my fiddle. The devil went down to Georgia and he was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind. He was way behind. No, but sometimes, and I'm going to think of every social injustice, crazy group out there, from your white supremacist to your BLM to this whole woke movement. Guys, that list, do you know how long that list is growing of all these movements? Do you not realize the Pride Boys? Oh my God, I just can't think of how long the list has gotten of all of these movements. And if y'all not realize that sometimes those people in those movements are the most narrow-minded or closed-minded groups of all, they got this tunnel vision. They only see things right here. And if you don't match what they would say, if you don't go right along with what they got in their tunnel vision, then you're dead to them. You are dead to them. You're lesser of a human than they are, y'all. Seriously, people who belong to some of those certain groups are the most closed-minded people, the most ignorant people. So supposedly this here particular lady is of the mindset of she's from the belief that everyone should have a hole and be buried. And I'll tell you what, we don't want predators digging up at our baby. We don't want no predators digging up at our baby. We don't. And you know what else we don't want? We don't want to have to drag her down to the river. How dare you want us to drag her down to the river? You want to drag her. That would be better. Instead of letting her, stay where she fell, let's just drag her down to the river and bury her. You don't mind dragging Dixie down a 1/4 mile of dirt and rock. Think about what you're saying, ladies. So I did a lot of cremation after Hurricane Harvey. I've talked about this. And just like everything else, you get a little bit desensitized to it. A lot of folks, and I mean a lot of folks, are upset that we chose to cremate instead of burying. And I'll let Jamie talk more about that on her videos. This is really her story. I feel like I've made a lot of videos about the happenings, the going-ons here at I'm a Survivor and Longhorn Lester's. But I really should allow Jamie to tell this part of the story. But for those of you who know there's a process in cremation to be done right, guys, I know that process. I know that process, and you know how I know it? From dozens of animals that I had to cremate after Hurricane Harvey. I know what works. I know what doesn't work. I know how to make a hot fire. I know how to have a sustaining fire. And I also know how many days it's going to take to have nothing but ashes remaining. So I guess what I can say is, you do your job and let me do mine. And my job today is this. Along with this job, I'll be trying to comfort this one right over here. I'll also be trying to comfort Jamie the best that I can. I'll also be doing all the normal chores that go along with running a farm. And I do think that One side note of this over here is going to be a really neat thing we can do with ashes. I can imagine already a lot of different things we can do with Dixie's ashes. Anyway, it's a safe fire. It's a non-toxic fire. Everything that we're burning over here is carbon-based. But I think the bigger story right here is Beverly and her confusion as to what's going on. She just doesn't get it.